Hey y'all, hey, it is me, it is your girl Nurse T, and today I will be coming to you with a nursing video. Now, I know I haven't sat down and made a sit-down nursing vlog in a while, but I do want to make that part of the routine to at least give 2 to 4 videos a month pertaining to nursing. So if you have any questions or anything you want me to answer pertaining to nursing, anything pertaining to nursing like a new grad, new nurse, or an aspiring nurse, if you have any questions as far as in a video that you would like to see or a question you would like answered, please let me know down below on this video. For those of you who are new to my channel, I go by Nurse T. I am a RN BSN nurse. I have been in the healthcare field for greater than 15, 16 years. I haven't been a nurse that amount of years, but I have been a nurse for almost, we're gonna be at 9 years pretty soon. I think in the summer will be 9 years. So anyways, I do have a thing or two that I can share with you, but in this video, I do want to acknowledge those of you who are going to be starting nursing school. Congratulations. But anyways, in this video, I do want to, it's kind of like a remake of what I did the last time when well, no, not so much, because the last time I made a what's in my supply bag. This video will be more so of things that you would need when starting nursing school, and especially when you're getting ready to go to the clinical setting. So if this video sounds interested to you, go ahead, take a seat, grab a notebook and a pencil, and let's get the jotting down. Now, without further ado, let's just jump straight into the video. Now, I will be using my little notepad here to remind me so that I don't skip a beat with letting y'all know what y'all need as far as in the items that are, required for nursing school. I'm sorry. Messages. Okay, so anyways, the items featured in this video, I will pretty much be getting them from like Amazon or anything off the internet, just so you can have a picture to relate to whatever it is I'm telling you to get. I don't have a storefront, but this will be a good time to have one. But anyways, my goal right now is to make sure that you know, for those of you who are going to be starting nursing school, some things that help me successfully enter into clinicals and be prepared as I was able to be. So we're going to start off with number 1, a clinical nursing bag. Now, some schools give you one. For those of you who already know, I graduated from Chamberlain College of Nursing. Yeah, the school that is so expensive, and they currently still going up every time I ask a new nursing school student, and it's been over 9 years. But anyways, y'all, a nursing bag. So somewhere on this screen, one of these sides, I'm going to put up a nursing bag. So make sure you have a nursing bag to where you can supply all your stuff so that you can be organized and ready to go, because nothing upsets a clinical nurse instructor the most if they have a student that's not organized. Y'all, number 2 is, I'm going to say a lunch bag. A lunch bag, because we all know that if you, like I said, the school that I went to, very expensive, so we don't want to waste any extra money having to go to the cafeteria, door dashing, or just spending money in the vending machine. All that stuff add up, and we ain't got coins to be wasting like that. So yeah, get you a lunch bag, take you a lunch, a well-balanced lunch, nothing too heavy, because you don't want to be falling asleep in clinicals, because I know y'all do 12-hour shifts just as well as the nurses. And if y'all anything like me, honey, after a full meal, your girl be ready to nap. Your girl be sleepy, and it's time to go. So yeah, make sure you bring you maybe like a sandwich, or if you need something heavy, if you're doing a 12-hour shift, just don't be like me. When I eat fettuccine alfredo or something dealing with too much carbs, your girl be having that itis, and you don't want that itis. All right, y'all. So yes, a lunch bag. That's the next thing. Next is a clipboard. Now, I do have a clipboard over there, but we're not about to do all that. A clipboard. So somewhere on this screen, you will see a clipboard. And I would recommend maybe a clipboard that has like a little calculator on there, just in case if you have to do any type of calculations. Sometimes your teacher might test you and ask you something, although a lot of our medications that come from pharmacy, they already come pretty much dosed and ready, or sometimes when we pulling stuff out of the Pyxis, it automatically tells us how much that we will be drawing up in our syringe, whether it's 0.25 mLs, 0.5 mLs, or 1 whole ml, or more than that. But anyways, yeah, try to have you a clipboard with a calculator. Now they also have the clipboards that have like the reference information. It has like the what is it? It has some medical terminology. It has the medical terminology. It has just reference guides as far as in when auscultating lung sounds, doing health assessment. If you can get your hands on one of those, I think that's great. I also recommend one that can be closed, or you can fold it. They have different ways, but you do want to provide privacy with the information that you do get input on your clipboard. So if you have that little standard brown clipboard that is not covered, and if that's the only one you have, just make sure you keep like a blank piece of paper on top of your patient's information, because you don't want to be violating HIPAA, especially not in the clinical setting. Okay, the next thing I would suggest is an organized kit. Now you did see what's in my nursing bag, so if you haven't, go watch that video. But anyways, some type of organizer, whether it looks like a pencil box, whether it looks like a toolbox that you know, the nurses that wear the little toolbox around their waist, because that's me, that's your girl, I'm guilty. So I have that with my pen light, my scissors, my highlighters, my colorful pens, all that shenanigans. Get you an organizer. If you don't use it in clinicals, I think you will use it in clinicals, but if you don't use it in clinicals, you sure enough will use it when you become a registered nurse, because that's what we're doing. We manifesting you will become a registered nurse, or LVN. Let's say the next thing is, speaking of that, the colorful writing whatever kind of writing apparatus or whatever. Something to write with, whether it's a colorful pen, a highlighter, a Sharpie, an Expo, anything. Make sure you have those gadgets with you, okay? You want to make sure you have those. I suggest having like a pen with multiple colors, because sometimes you can color code things, and it's helpful when keeping your information separate, and so that you can color code like critical information or stuff that you think that your professor probably would ask you. The next thing I felt helped me the most, especially with memorization, is note cards, the little note cards. So yeah, no, they usually don't encourage you to memorize things. You definitely want to study things, but some things such as lab numbers and these medical terminologies, yeah, those are good to put on notebook cards, so that when you're standing in the line at the convenience store, the grocery store, or wherever you may be where you have a little time to spend, you can pull out those cards and have at it. The next thing I would suggest is some type of recording device. Now, we in a day and age where we have our phones, and even when I was in school, we were able to use our phones. I think our phones were, I'm acting like I'm just that old. But yeah, I think we used to like put our recording devices in the front with your teacher's permission. Put your recording device at the front. So either you can use your phone as a recorder or an actual recording device. And you can buy those at Best Buy, probably Amazon, Walmart. And if you haven't already watched the video about my tips and everything of surviving nursing school, know that your girl used to record her lectures, and trust me, it did make a difference, because it was oftentimes when I didn't recall the instructor saying certain things that she said on the recorder, but I was able to hear it again. And then also I will also play my recorder when I would drive. So my years of nursing, I wasn't playing anything in the car. I wasn't driving to any music. I was driving to my recorder playing, because the more you hear it, repetition is key. All right, y'all. So the next thing I would say is some comfortable shoes. Now, nothing is worse than being in a hospital setting or a long-term care setting, or even some form of a clinical setting, and your shoes are too tight, too small, or just very uncomfortable. So make sure y'all have some comfortable shoes. I wish I could recommend some, but honestly, whatever shoes I can walk in and they're not too tight on my feet typically are comfortable. Now, I must admit, I used to wear those actual shoes that were designed for nursing, the ones with the hard bottoms. the one you had to kind of break your feet in them. They said that they help with your posture. They were kind of really hard. I don't know. I had a love-hate relationship with those, and they were a little superstitious to me, especially the pair that I had. I'm not gonna even lie to you. I still own those. I have some zebra-colored Dansko or whatever they were called, and I felt like every time I wore those shoes, we would have a code blue. And so I just felt like it was just some superstition with that, and so I don't got the time for that. So yeah, I just leave those at home, and I wear my tennis shoes. So I rock a pair of tennis shoes, comfortable tennis shoes. So if you have a pair of comfortable tennis shoes, make sure you rock those. The next thing I would say is a watch with a second hand on it. Make sure you're able to accurately record those respirations. You know, you're counting for a full minute. Every time you see the patient's chest rise and fall, not every time you see the clock tick. So every time the patient's chest rise and fall, you count that as a full minute, and you want to look at it. You count it as a full minute. You count it as a full breath, and you want to record that for a full minute. So make sure you have a second hand clock on your watch. The next thing I would say is like a form of a jacket, because I would definitely say a jacket. It gets cold in the hospital until you start humping. until you start running around chasing your tail, it's going to be cold in the hospital. But if you're anything like me, I always wear a jacket, or I'll have like long sleeves. You very so often would catch me with scrubs without a shirt underneath or without a jacket. I'm a cold nature person, so I do like to wear, I do like to be comfortable. Now I can always take the jacket off, but to show up to work without a jacket, oh, I'm asking for it. Y'all, and last but not least, I would say you would need to make sure you have some type of reference guide. Now, reference guide is, you know, those little, if you go to the uniform store, they usually have one, like it'll say cardio, respiratory, AMP, chemistry, biology, whatever, but it's a reference card that points out some important stuff that you would need to know pertaining that subject area. If I can find one, I definitely will post it, but make sure you have that. And also make sure you have your drug book. I'm not sure if they still are using those. Probably quite sure they probably still are. So we use Davis drug book. So make sure you have your drug book or some form of technology on your phone, if you're allowed to use it, to reference your medications and side effects and all that other kind of stuff. But anyways, y'all, I didn't want to make this video long. I do plan to update y'all, like I said, 2 to 4 times a month with the nursing video. I kind of like the sit down style. It's one way to keep me consistent with posting something, because y'all already know nursing is my heart. If you're not already following me, you can follow me on Instagram. I am Nurse T. I'm on TikTok. I think I have the same TikTok. I am Nurse T. I think that's my TikTok. All right, y'all. So my TikTok is Nurse T15. So yeah, so I'm like, I've always had a TikTok but never used it. Never ever used it. It was always something that my kids would just be on. And then they will post a video or two. So towards the end of last year, I decided to get active and post here and there, but now I'm trying to post a little more frequently to keep myself engaged. So yeah, I will be kind of like making videos referencing stuff that I might see online, that I might see that nursing students have questions about. If I can make a video on it, I'll make a video on it. If it's a specialty of mine and I got some good background information on it, I'll make a video on it. If it's something I'm just not totally able to make a video on, then I might answer you with a question or two, you know, with a response or two. But anyways, y'all, I done talked and rambled enough. If you like what you see, please thumb up the video, share it with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Again, I do plan to make more nursing videos. If you're following me for some other reason, hold tight. Don't just unfollow just that quick, because your girl, you know, I be switching it up. I talk to y'all a little bit about everything. But today, this topic is about nursing. So we're going to stick about nursing. We're going to stick with nursing. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.